My name is CryptoCoopTefer, and I just got done redoing episode 2. I didn't want to take any chances with the mods, and so I'm just going to pick up where that episode left off and keep on keeping on. And where we left off was getting into gray science, or military science. I'm definitely one of the people that like Gatorade. They don't have flavors, it's just their color. So if ever I say something and y'all get confused or anything like that, just let me know and I'll try to edit my speech or put up some notes. That way you guys can understand what I'm talking about. But for gray science, military science, the math works out to needing 8 of the grenade makers, 3 of the piercing rounds, and 1 wall. A very useful tool, in case you guys don't know, is the Factorio calculator. I'll put a link in the description for it, but it saves a lot of time trying to do math by hand, as well as it gives you visualizations on everything that you need. So it's very handy in that sense. And I'll just get into putting it together. 2, 3, 4. 4. This one needs 4 spacing because it's going to end up, I'm going to put both a coal as a full belt and the iron plates as a full belt. Just because in the past I remember coal being a limiting factor for the grenades. And we will use some long-handed inserters. Put them on our bar. Okay. And then we can take the grenades out. Put them on their own separate line. I'm actually going to bring it all up. Okay. Let's feed them some power. When am I learning this? I'm going to research this real fast. That way I don't have to worry about the little pulls. Now we'll move on to the piercing rounds. And how I want them is all 3 of the piercing rounds can pull from 1 of the regular yellow rounds. Because these guys need 1 piercing round every 6 seconds. And these guys make every 1 second. So theoretically, this should be able to support 6 of the red rounds. And these guys just need iron plates. So I'm going to take that right from here. I'm going to put an underground here for the copper and iron that they need. And I'm going to put these guys together. That's their output. Then for input, we'll have it be 1 there, 1 there. And you can just use a splitter and pull directly off of that. I'm going to move the steel. Let it come directly up first. I'm going to have copper run in through here, because the piercing rounds needs copper and steel for them. It looks like copper has a decent path through that way. So we'll put another underground in here. Run all the way through this mess. Come up here that way, because we only have to use one underground. Oops. Oh, don't have any. That's why I did that. It's about to be researched. Okay. We're just going to make quite a few of those, because this is able to reach the top side of the belt up here. Whereas the other kind, the small power poles, wouldn't be able to do that. There they go, chugging along. We will get these guys working the same way. Two. And we fixed some of the crosses. And that's just this copper wire tool. If you click and drag on an existing wire, it'll get rid of it. And if you click and drag on where there's no wire, it'll make one. And once we get into circuits and stuff, it's the same way with green wires and red wires. That. Then I need to hook up some stone being cooked. Make some walls up. And hopefully that will be the beginnings to our defense. We're gonna move him around. Make sure we're not getting any iron in there. Craft up some more drills. Again, I need more of that. Make like 5 more of those. Okay. And we can copy our furnace stack over. We'll just copy from this one and ignore the splitters that I have in it. Oh, and apparently I didn't copy everything. That's really cool, but we know what goes where, so it'll be fine. Okay. those two. That's going to be our output. And we need 20 of those. While those are making, we'll put these guys in. Cool. They need some power. Make up a few more of the small ones, and hopefully this will be the last small ones I make, because now that we have the better power poles, there's no need for the little ones. And hook it in with some power. Get our stone bricks over to the right. More belts. I'm going to re-put in my steel chest just so that I could get most of this off of me. And you can keep working filling that up. I don't mind. Now we got stone bricks coming in. I'm actually going to pick these, rotate them up a little bit so that we can make the gap. I know I'm being ambitious saying everything will be fixed in the future, but I promise it will be. Oh. It's important to hook up your materials, that way things can be making. And one more underground to allow the stone bricks to be coming in. And I'm going to make it with 2 assembly machines. I know the math says 1, but I want to be able to have extra for when I wall off our base. And what a better way to do it than needing it for science as well. Okay. If we pull this up. Research is done. Let's just keep on going with what is available. And I also am aware that what I'm doing isn't the most efficient, but it'll work. That's all that matters. So now we have all 3 of our desired outputs. I'm actually going to pick that up. And we need 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of our science, of the gray science assembly machines. First we need some steel, or iron, sorry. To make one more assembly machine. Alright, and we need a few more of those as well. The long-handed inserters. One more looks like, if I had what I needed. guys some power. I'm going to use the big ones again. One more. Okay. Right. And we'll do the same thing we did for the red. Just wrap it around that tree. And now with this addition, we need to rework some of our, well, we need to rework our science. Because as we have it right now, we can only hook up 2 science inputs. And we're going to need quite a bit more science inputs. And I am biased. I have seen this, what I'm about to make as a blueprint before, but it works really well. And I will build it for you guys. So we'll start it up here, right here. And we need 3 spaces in between each one of these, and you'll see the reason why in a minute. With that 4, we go 1 more. And then you just need 1 space as deep as you go. And the reason is so that, if I put all the belt in, if you have more than 1 input, you can have it go underground in between them, and then you have all of those sections available plus the one from the beginning. And then you can also have 2 rows here with a long-handed inserter. And now that's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different types of science that you could feed into the machines. And it works out amazingly well. But I need some more iron. And I probably need some more these guys. And I can make more undergrounds just to finish feeding these guys through. And the end you could just put on a little bit there and it'll be okay. Let's get all these put in. And from my personal testing, I've seen that 3 deep is sustainable, whereas 4 you end up missing resources in like the middle labs. So I'm gonna make up what, 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Okay. Okay. So just 3 deep. If you go 1 more, then they start flickering to because they won't have enough of the labs in them as they need them. And we can just merge those guys together. Okay. Looks like everybody has access to it. I'm going to make up some more of these medium poles. And we don't need 2 of these guys here. Okay. Now we have gray science in the mix. We can start researching more military stuff. Once gray science backs up more, I'm going to start stealing. I can start it now. We're going to start stealing some of these. We're only going to steal 3 stacks of that. And some grenades as well. We'll steal like that. 3 stacks of those as well. Okay. He is going to filter with the Space Age update. Any inserter is now a filter inserter. And he's just going to filter to be just the ammo, because I don't want to steal the walls just yet. Okay. Now that all that's producing, we are going to set up some defenses as well as the starts of a mall. That way I can get assembly machines, power poles, and anything else I need without having to make them on my person. Just because we have so much backed up. No, I'll wait on that until my 2 chests here fill up. I was going to extend the labs by 3 more just to the side here. But I'm gonna wait to have these chests fill up before I do that, because I'm hindering the output at the moment. It's interesting. Oh, it's because I don't have enough stone coming in. I was gonna say, my math said that 1 assembly machine should be fine, but it's not always making. If this line of stone was full, that's true. This thing would always be making a wall, but it has to wait to fill up because I don't have a full line of stone coming in. And that's why our belt here is showing that we don't have enough walls to keep everybody producing. It's close, but not quite. Yeah, okay. I might add some more miners for these guys. Yeah. And these guys are going to get moved down. Just so we could fit in. They need to get moved down too. Because that does not have room for a belt. Okay. We will see how this goes. There. That works. Because right now, I don't have the miners on me, and that will increase our stone production by hopefully enough. And like I said, I'm hopefully gonna see if I can't figure something else out in post to brighten up the nighttime. Again, we'll see how it all works, but as of right now, I don't know what to do. Okay. Let's make up some turrets. Need some more iron plates for that. Per usual. Boy, are we using our iron. Oh, and all of the bottles that we picked up when I reworked the science need to get put back onto the belt. We will start working. That's already queued. We will start working on more research. I'm just blindly choosing, and if I want something sooner, then I'll move it up in the queue, but as of right now, it's going, just chugging along. We're gonna sprinkle in some turrets around just to have them set up. I'm gonna steal my piercing rounds that I've been making for Gray. Hope that that's enough wall production. It looks like both machines are working, so it seems faster. And it is. They're backing up now, but these guys are the problem. Well, I'm not using Gray Science yet, so they will just sit there and back up until I start researching something with them. With this guy, he should have his back row done. Yeah, he does. So we don't need him sticking up like that no more. I'm gonna keep these for me. And make a couple more. I'll actually give them ammo after the fact. That will be automated eventually, but right now, just as a deterrent. I have a few scattered about. One down. 3, 4. We'll go one here and one up there. I want more than that. So, more iron. Also, I don't know if I mentioned, these inserters, all taking out of the same box, they do daisy chain themselves. So this one just went, so this one's turn, and then this one, and then it'll be back to him. They even themselves out as best as they can. That way, one guy isn't priority or anything like that. Let's get a couple more of these in. Our science. These last two here. And one right here. How many did I make? So far we have 6. Run down here so I can see. We made 11. So that would everyone get 10, 9. So we're going to do 20 for everybody. That way we don't have to worry about it too much. We will have to worry, but... Okay. Now that they all have that, I feel a little bit better. Put those back in there. I'm actually going to... These guys working. And I know all I have to do is wait, but just get the belt full. Okay. Now that the walls have backed up, I'm going to put them in a box. Make up a few gates. That way we can leave our walls once we get them all around us. We also have to start planning for blue science, which requires these pump jacks. He's almost full up. It's cool to see. Let me dump off some of this coal that I have on me. And we'll start talking about what blue needs. Blue science is the first time that we're going to see fluids, like oil and petroleum and such. It'll end up being okay that it's not even. And for the time being, we are going to just have a line in front of our turrets. And then we'll wall everything off as well after we get more. Only didn't do 3, but that will be okay, because now it's time to talk about oil. So right now on the map, let me turn off pollution. That way we can see if we see any oil, which we do. Let's walk over there and see how much oil we have. That way we know what we can plan for. We're going to need some more turrets and walls over there. So I might as well get them going. Right now we only see 2 plots. Alright, that looks quite a bit more. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them that are right here in this pack. And the pink squares also are them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Doesn't look too shabby. Get rid of some of these rocks. And I see the enemies that are just north of us. We might make a quick detour. Should have picked up more grenades. Yeah, let me go down, grab some more, and then I'll meet you guys back up at the enemies that hopefully we can end. Alright, now we're up here. It is another fairly large colony. And now that we have the red ammo, we should be doing okay. If I don't stand in the goo. Alright, now it's just easy now that the spitters are gone. Alright. Hit them. Now they are not a problem. And we found some iron up here as well. So bonuses all around. Okay, and now that we're back down here, we learned we need 10 of these guys. Which again, needs more iron. I mean, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We are also going to need a bunch of pipes, as well as underground pipes, which I will start making them automatically. Have any of those? Of course I do not. Give me a moment to set all this up. And that looks like where I muted my microphone. So what I'm about to tell you is that I just set up some basic pipes and underground pipes to be put into a chest. That way, whenever I get back over to the pump jacks, I can just set them up real quick once they're all into this chest. And I don't mind that both are going into it. It's we'll need as many of both of them as we can get. So, as you can see, I just pulled it straight out of the main line coming out of iron. And keeping research going. It looks like that you have to mine some crude oil first before you could get access to a factory and the refineries and stuff. So I decide we're about to go over there and do that. I also say at this point that if you click and drag with the big power poles, they will automatically place as far as they can go. Just grabbing some walls and some ammo to ensure that once we start mining, biters aren't going to just hone in on it and it's a run and a half for us to get back over there. So it'll be semi-protected for the time being. Yeah, this is the click and drag I was just saying. And the reason they're taking so long to actually get put in is because I'm holding my mouse so far away from me that I can't reach at their max. So they get put in is once my character gets close enough to them. And like we knew before, there are 10 of the oil nodes. So what I like to do with my oil patches is face them all in the same direction. As you'll see, the blue arrow is all pointing to the left of these. And I do that because it's much easier to have the outputs all go into a solid line and then have a pump that I'm about to hover over go all the way out back to the base rather than just willy nilly that guy all the way back. And then we wall this off. As I was just saying, that way biters aren't going to be upset. I think I mess up on almost every wall. So it's a cool thing. Can't keep a mouse straight apparently. We're going to get rid of some of these trees just to make the square nice and square. And get rid of the small power poles off the belt or off the toolbar because there's no reason to keep using those. And as you see, we just got that oil tech researched just by 2 of them going. So it's a little overkill to set up everything right now, but we'll be able to plan for the future. And some gates in so that we can leave. And almost forgot the turrets, so let's put those back in. One in each corner should be good. And they all get 50 bullets just to have enough time for once we do get attacked, we'll notice and be able to re-give them ammo when we need to. And clear out some trees so we can see. Alright. Back to base. Why I chose to go through the trees with the power poles, I am unsure. But I will probably fix that. Either this episode or next episode. Yeah, we got quite a bit made. And here I'm making a pump so that we can start pulling them all the way back. And I think before you can only make pumps because they needed 3 things into the tier 2. But both the tier 1 and tier 2 assembly machines can make the engine units that the pumps need, those guys right there. But as I just test real quick, you can make it in the assembly machine 1s as well. The tier 2s are the first ones that you can add fluids to, like they can barrel liquids and stuff, because there's the engine unit right there. So it wasn't necessary for me to make it, but since I have it, I'll keep using it. Yeah, they have the fluids added, the tier 2s. And I'll just throw some of its basic materials in there, that way I can make a few pumps and maybe a car once I get that researched, if I already have it researched. Give it some power, and that way you can start chugging along. And this should be able to get us our first pump. I don't know what I'm looking for. Definitely was looking for something. I think I was looking for the car. It's not quite researched yet. Like I said before, I'm just willy-nilly putting research in that'll hopefully advance us. Put the walls back. And realize I have no basic materials on me. So we go and grab some more steel and no iron, but we'll realize we don't have that later. And as I'm about to set up the oil refinery area, that the oil will go to turn into petroleum, heavy oil, and light oil. Realize I don't have the steel plates. And then I think I realized that we are just about at time for the episode, so I'm going to get rid of this stone that I have in my inventory. Because there's no reason to still need it on my body. And do some last minute little cleanups. And we will start doing oil refinery and blue science in the next episode. And thank you guys for watching. It's much appreciated. I don't know what I'm thinking about here. That's where I realized that it's time for the episode. This is where we're going to put the oil refinery and everything, right where I'm chopping the trees. But thank you again. Please like, subscribe. Let me know if you have any comments, criticisms, anything. Please let me know. And thank you again. Bye-bye.